think because you streamed yesterday on that link, Craig, I'm going to have to do like a Mondays one.
Let me forward you. Let me see.
You can do another one.
They gave.
Send that to me.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me. Can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands, improper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to the 294th episode of the Alfa Insurance Georgia Prep Sports Drive for the GHSA State Title. Today we're going to be joined by Bleckley County head coach Von Lassiter. They had a massive win last Friday over Swainsboro to clinch the region title, and they'll be off this week, but I want to talk to him about just how big that game was for them. They played Swainsboro close last year, 28-21, but they were able to come away with the victory and clinch home field. And as you know, with Swainsboro, they made it all the way to the finals last year, and Bleckley also had a great season. We're trying to get the streaming ID right for the NFHS. It's working on YouTube, but I got my dates mixed up yesterday on Najee's show, and I put in the wrong stream ID, so that is 100% my fault. However, I think my head was a little preoccupied because I was getting ready for all the playoff seeding tonight, and we are going to be able to bring that action to you in real time during our broadcast tonight. We'll be the first ones to have all the brackets updated. So before we're joined by Coach Lassiter, I'm going to go over all the games tonight that are going to impact the playoffs. But first, let's start with last night, because there was actually quite a few seeds that were finalized. So in Class 7A, Denmark beat South Forsyth, and that clinches them the number 4 seed in Region 6. So now you're going to have Milton and Lambert playing for the number 1 and number 2, and that's going to almost surely, well, actually, West Forsyth could jump Lambert in that scenario, but you got Denmark at 4, and then Milton, Lambert, and West Forsyth are also going to make the playoffs. So that's last night in 7A. In 6A, there were no games last night that impacted it. In 5A, there were a couple. Dutchtown had a very close win over Ola. I think it was a 3-point victory, maybe 24-21. Ola was actually up in that game 14-0. Dutchtown just came back at the end. Great overall region. So that's Region 2 and 5A. You're going to have Warner Robins 1, Jones County 2, Dutchtown 3, and Ola 4. Ola has had a historic season, though. Getting the 4 seed out of that region is a big accomplishment. Then in Region 4, last night is going to make things a lot easier today. You had Decatur getting a win against MLK. That secured them the number 3 seed. Chamblee is going to be the 4, and so the 1 and 2 is going to come down to Arabia Mountain against Tucker. Both of them are 4-0 in the region, in Region 4, so that will be the winner, number 1. The loser, number 2, of the Arabia Mountain Tucker game should be a great one, and we'll have that score scrolling on the bottom throughout the broadcast. In Region 8, I didn't know this was last night, but it was. Jefferson against Eastside for the region title. Jefferson came away with, I believe that was a 35-0 victory. So Jefferson clinches the number 1 seed. Eastside is the number 2. And then you have Loganville at number 3. It looks like the games that could still determine the number 4 seed, you're going to have Flowery Branch, who does have a 1-game lead over these teams. Heritage Conyers, Clark Central, and Winder are all at 1-4. Flowery Branch is at 2-3. Flowery Branch is going to play Heritage, and then Clark Central is going to play Winder. So Flowery Branch controls its own destiny right there. In Class 4A, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Holy Innocents last night had a key win over Hapeville Charter, but that's not going to solidify as of yet. Obviously, that win by Holy Innocents benefits them greatly, but now you have the game to watch tonight is going to be Stevenson against Westminster. Stevenson's only loss was to Hapeville in the region opener, where Holy Innocents, their only loss was to Westminster. So if Stevenson gets the win tonight, that would put them at 4-1. Westminster would go to 3-2. Hapeville would be 3-2, and Holy Innocents would go 3-2. If Westminster wins, that's great for Holy Innocents. They jump in that regard. So we'll watch out for that game. All right, in Class 3A, in Region 5, Sandy Creek and Douglas played last night. The winner got the 2, the loser got the 3. And then we'll have Cedar Grove playing Carver tonight, but that game's not going to matter. Cedar Grove already has the 1, Carver the number 2. But Sandy Creek won 21-20, and so you have Sandy Creek as the number 2 seed, Douglas the 3. All right, let's go to 2A real quick. Last night in Region 5, Callaway already clinched the number 1. You got Columbia at number 2. And then ELCA defeated McNair. And then, who did they play? But anyway, ELCA got the number 3. Redan got the number 4. Let me just double check this for my own notes. All right, I'll write that down. But also in Region 8, Fellowship Christian played last night. They beat Union County 28-21. Is a really close game. Fellowship is an outstanding team, but that improved them to 5-0. They clinched the Region 8 title, and then that drops Union County to 3-2. So you have the other teams that are in striking distance. You got Union County at 3-2. You got Providence Christian at 2-2, and then Athens Academy at 2-2. And you're gonna have Providence is playing Banks. Banks is 0-4, and then Athens Academy is playing East Jackson. They're at 1-3. Union County's other loss was to Providence. So if Providence is able to get the win tonight, that's gonna benefit them greatly. All right, so that's for Region 2. There were no results last night in Class A Division 1, but in Class A Division 2, it looks like Macon County got a 42-20 win over Taylor County. So now in Region 6, that just leaves the number 3 seed, and that's going to be Schley County 1, Manchester 2, and then Taylor County with that loss goes to number 4. So that's it for last night. Quite a lot of action for a Thursday. But let's look at 7A and start there for what to watch for tonight. All right, in Region 1, you got Colquitt and Valdosta have clinched the number 1 and number 2 seed. So fighting for those final 3 spots are going to be Camden County, Richmond Hill, and Lowndes. Lowndes at this point is on the outside looking in, and so they're going to have to score a win against Camden tonight. We know Lowndes is a good team. They have been struggling recently, but I think just having one game to come out, earn a win, and potentially spoil a season, that would be huge for them. And then Richmond Hill, because Valdosta already finished their season and clinched number 2, they're playing Colquitt. So Colquitt's heavily favored. They've already wrapped it up, though. If Richmond Hill can somehow get a victory, that would put them at number 2. But then it's going to come down to that Camden and Lowndes. If Lowndes wins, that could force a 3-way tie if Colquitt beats Richmond Hill. All right, in Region 2, Carrollton is number 1. Westlake is number 2. For the number 3 and number 4, you have 3 teams for those 2 spots: East Coweta, Campbell, and Pebblebrook. Campbell's going to play Westlake, and then Pebblebrook is going to play East Coweta. If Pebblebrook beats East Coweta and Westlake beats Campbell, it would force a 3-way tie. If East Coweta is able to beat Pebblebrook, they have the tiebreaker over Campbell, and that will put them at number 3. All right, in Region 3, McEachern is the number 1. Harrison has already clinched the number 4, and this is a very easy scenario. North Paulding versus Marietta. The winner gets the number 2. The loser gets the number 3. That is another one of our big feature games, and one we'll be updating throughout the night. All right, Region 4. It's going to be very fun to watch tonight to see who comes out. You got Grayson, Parkview, and Archer all tied at 3-1. You got Newton at 2-2, and then a South Gwinnett team at 1-3 that beat Newton. So if Newton loses and South Gwinnett wins, that could put South Gwinnett in the playoffs. You're going to have Archer against Newton, so that's the big game for them. Newton needs to win this one. They're definitely capable of winning. I think Archer looked great against Grayson. I think Grayson is the best team in that region, though. You got Parkview against Grayson, and then South Gwinnett against Brookwood. So 3 really outstanding matchups out of Region 4, and nothing is solidified yet, but Grayson does control its destiny, because Grayson's only loss was to Newton, and Newton has 2 losses. So if Grayson wins tonight, they're number 1. All right, in Region 5, Walton is at 4-0. You got Wheeler at 3-1, North Cobb at 3-1, Osborne at 2-2. So Walton plays Wheeler, and then North Cobb plays Osborne. Wheeler's loss is to North Cobb. North Cobb's loss is to Walton. So if Walton beats Wheeler and North Cobb beats Osborne, North Cobb's going to get the number 2. In Region 6, we mentioned that Denmark secured the number 3 seed. Now it's going to come down to Lambert against Milton, and then it's going to be West Forsyth against South Forsyth. And South Forsyth had a chance, I think, of getting in, but Denmark just spoiled that because they won the head-to-head against South Forsyth. All right, in Region 7, that's our game tonight. Norcorss at North Gwinnett. Norcorss has a 1-game lead on everyone. However, if North Gwinnett wins and Peachtree Ridge beats Duluth, we're going to have a 3-way tie. If Norcorss wins and Peachtree Ridge wins, Peachtree Ridge will get the 2, North Gwinnett will get the 3, and then Duluth right now would get the number 4 seed unless they're able to shake things up with a win. They'd have the head-to-head on Peachtree Ridge. All right, in Region 8, Mill Creek's 1, Buford's 2. You're going to have Collins Hill and Mountain View battling for the 3 and 4. Collins Hill has the advantage because they beat Mountain View, but they aren't going to be obviously playing each other tonight. You're going to have Collins Hill against Decula. Decula has not won a game yet, and then Mountain View is going to have to play Mill Creek. That'll be a tough matchup. So if Mill Creek beats Mountain View, Collins Hill is guaranteed to get the number 3. That is an important factor to note in that one. All right, let's go real quick in 6A before we get Coach Lassiter on. All right, in Region 1, Thomas County Central's 1, Lee County's 2. You got Houston County, Northside Warner Robins, and Tift in a battle for those final 2 spots. Tift is going to play Lee County. Houston County is going to play Veterans. Thomas County Central's got Northside Warner Robins. I actually don't think Tift can mathematically make it in, but in that case, Houston County does have the advantage over Northside in the tiebreaker scenario. So if Thomas County Central beats Northside Warner Robins, Houston County is guaranteed to get the 3. In Region 2, Effingham County is going to play Brunswick. Glen Academy is the team that beat Brunswick, so if Brunswick scores a win tonight, that could force a 3-way tie. In Region 3, simple scenario, Jonesboro versus Lovejoy. The winner gets the 3, the loser gets the 4. Woodward's number 1, Mundy's Mill number 2. In Region 4, Marist has secured the top seed. We're going to be streaming live the Dunwoody and North Atlanta game. Both of them are at 3-1. And since Marist beat both of them, it's not going to allow them to jump Marist. Marist will play Riverwood tonight, but the winner will get the number 2. The loser will get the number 3. And then you have Riverwood and St. Pius battling for that number 4 spot. As we mentioned, Riverwood has Marist. St. Pius is playing South Cobb. And if South Cobb beats St. Pius and Marist beats Riverwood, that would force a 3-way tie for that 4th spot. South Cobb hasn't won a game this season, so that would be a pretty impressive storyline if they can sneak in. All right, Region 5. Douglas County's 1, Hughes is 2, East Paulding is 3. Noonan can clinch the number 4 with a win over New Manchester and a South Paulding loss to Douglas County. In Region 6, simple scenario, Rome is 1, Sequoia is 2, Creekview is 3, and then the winner of River Ridge and Allatoona tonight will get the number 4 seed and make the playoffs. All right, in Region 7, Blessed Trinity can secure the number 2 seed with a win over Lassiter, unless Alpharetta beats Roswell and BT wins. That would force a 3-way tie for number 1. You got Roswell at 5-0, BT and Alpharetta both at 4-1. BT beat Alpharetta last week. Now Alpharetta is going to play Roswell. And then you have a play-in game for the number 4. That's going to be Pope and Sprayberry. That's a big matchup tonight. The winner is going to make the playoffs and get that 4 seed. And then finally in Region 8, Gainesville is at 1, Lanier's at 2, North Forsyth is at 3. And then the number 4 seed is going to come down to Habersham Central, Jackson County, and I believe Shiloh. You're going to have Habersham Central's playing Shiloh, and then Jackson is playing Gainesville. If Shiloh could beat Habersham and Gainesville beats Jackson, it would force a 3-way tie. If Habersham wins over Shiloh, they are in no matter what. So there you have it, 7A and 6A. Let's take a quick break and thank our sponsors. We'll be back on the other side.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off. Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at georgiaconstructioncareers.com.
All right, welcome back. So we'll pick it up on the other side, but now we're going to be joined by Bleckley County head coach Vaughn Lassiter. Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Doing well. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. Thank you so much for coming on. So we talked about at the beginning of the show, you guys secured the region title last week. You got this week off. So what's the plans tonight for you guys? You gonna scout any local games or just get ready for that playoff run?
Yeah, we're splitting up. We're going to see some of our first, second round opponents, or who we think will play in the second round. We know who we got in the first round, so half of us will go there, and some of us will go to our second round matchup. Some guys we think will play there too.
And sorry, I don't have that. I'm focused on the first round. But who are you guys going to match up with in the in the first?
We play Claxton in the first round. We'll play at home against Claxton.
Gotcha. And so let's talk a little bit about the game last Friday. Came down to the wire. It looks like Swainsboro missed a PAT on a go-ahead, and then you guys stopped them late, got the ball back, and then had the game-winning touchdown drive. Just walk us through the game and just how impressed you were with just the team down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean it was a nail biter of a game. It's kind of nothing new to us. We've been in 3 overtime games this year. We were kind of been in those situations and knew how to handle them. I was really proud of our kids. We were able to get the ball out of the box some, and move the ball down the field. We had to score to go up, and then I was really, really proud of us right there at the end to kind of punch it in and also take some time off the clock. But we really proud of our extra point unit too. I mean that it's kind of a tough situation to be in when the game's on the line, and our guys came through, and we were excited about it.
Oh yeah, and that they're coming for it, so that showed a lot of resolve. And then a team like Swainsboro, you mentioned you guys were able to take a lot of time off the clock. I think it was like 20 seconds, 19, but I mean with the speed they have, you got to know that they can produce some explosive plays. So what was that like, just the focus of your team every play, knowing that Swainsboro team kind of has that home run ability?
Yeah, we knew that we had to 2 things on defense: set the edge, and then everybody pursue the football. And that was the only way we would have opportunities to win. And our guys did that. They had 2 big plays that we didn't cover one of them one time pretty good, and then the kid had a long run. Number 1 had a long run, and but besides that, they moved the ball, had a lot of yards, but our guys just kept being patient, kept doing what they've been coached to do all week, kept setting the edge, and then when they would try to cut it back, our guys were there to fit it, and it's what we had worked on. It's what we had talked to them having to do all week, and except for just a couple plays, I thought our guys did it well.
Yeah, and regarding this year's team, you guys replaced some big shoes offensively in the backfield, quarterback, but what did you see from your defense from last year to this year, just with returning starters and how they came out and just handle business from the start?
Yeah, defensively, we lost almost everybody. There's not many people on defense. 3 guys, I think, that came back that have played significantly before. So we got a lot of guys that were inexperienced. Some guys that filled some roles, but a lot of our guys had never been in the starting role before, and just I'm so proud of them. They got better every single week. We went through 2 just gut-wrenching losses where we gave up a lot of points and gave up a lot of yards. And I think it just kind of our guys just took it and found ways to get better, And so we've got some younger guys that are playing, but they're mostly guys that have kind of been around but just were sitting behind older guys. And just the way they came, and came to work after the losses and wanted to get better and took good coaching. I could not be more proud of our defensive players.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Both sides of the ball, you guys are definitely a young team. You can just see underclassmen stepping up. There's a good blend, but what's been the difference losing a guy like Javon Butler, scored 20 touchdowns last year, just seeing guys gradually start to build up that confidence and just get big games under their belt?
Yeah, those guys can't be replaced. Those Javon and TJ, those two running backs that we lost last year, they played a lot of ball games for us and won a lot of them. But we got some younger backs that have done phenomenal. Joshua Stanley Jr. is one of the best running backs in our classification. He's been dealing with injuries. If he didn't deal with that, he would be, probably one of the top backs in the state. He's just a sophomore, and then we've got kind of running back by committee too. We've got some linebackers and some guys that are just coming over and playing, and then Cam has, our quarterback has done a really good job of running the ball when he needed to do it too. So, kind of a blend of a lot of different people making plays to help us, replace guys like Javon and TJ.
Yep, and your quarterback, Cameron Everett, just a junior. I think he played a little last year, but did he have that game winner against Swainsboro on, I think, a rushing score?
He did, yeah. He rushed from inside the 10 to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't typically something that he was doing throughout the game. So was that a design, or was that just something he saw and was able to take advantage of the athleticism?
Well, it was just something we kind of saw. We had a play call that we thought would win the game, and they called timeout right as we were running it. And thankfully, he did. Coach Roberts called the timeout, and we saw that they were going to cover it. So that play had fit all week. It really wasn't one we had designed to win the ball game, but we kind of got the look we wanted to play before, and it just worked really, really well.
And then you mentioned the new starters defensively. Just tell us who you've been impressed with that have stepped up and been able to handle it. You talked about some of these games where you gave up a lot of yards. I think Schley County might have been the game, but that's the number one team that's, I think, leading the state in points. But who has impressed you defensively, just the day-to-day, and then showing up on Fridays?
Yeah, well, a couple of the guys that, have returned are Iverson Baker and Tyreek Mack. Those two guys, they played a lot last year and started a lot last year, and they've kind of been the leaders of what we've done. But a new starter on defense is Zario Johnson, who starts also at tight end for us, and he did a phenomenal job of setting the edge. We put him to the plate, to the tendency side that we had. They were running. He set the edge really well for us. He's had a phenomenal year at tight end. And he started playing a lot more defense as of late and been playing really well. Guys like, Rod Flagg, guys like Xavier Anderson, Cam Beck, those guys that, played some before but haven't really been in the roles they're in, have done a phenomenal job for us. And our nose guard, Tug Pasby's been been playing a lot better as of late. And so a lot of different guys, that haven't been in the roles they're in have stepped up and done really well for us.
Yep, and then Bleckley County, that's where you went to school. Before 2021, they'd only had one 10-win season. You guys have a chance to have 3 in a row this year. I mean, what do you think the key to success have been for the program and just having kids that are just taking pride in wearing that uniform?
Well, the number one key to success in our program is that we're just really, really blessed by God. It's God's shown favor to us to have good players and good kids, and this school culture we have here that has started from the top down is something that is just extraordinary. And then our administration gives us a chance to hire phenomenal football coaches. We've got several ex-head coaches on staff, retired head coaches. Guys that mean the world to me, that I love working with every day, that our kids love being coached by. And it's just a culture that has been built that is just such a blessing to us.
Okay, yeah, because I'm fixing to head out.
And then let's talk a little bit about the rest of your region. Tonight there's going to be some big games. You got Swainsboro and Dublin, and then Jefferson County, East Lawrence are going to play for that number 4 seed. Obviously, we know what Swainsboro can do. They made a run to the finals last year, but, I mean, Dublin's a 7-2 team. What have you just seen just going through that region this year?
Yeah, it's a good one to play. I think for most of the year, all three of us were in the top 10 in some polls. I mean, that tells you a lot about the teams we play. And I think like Dublin and Swainsboro both have phenomenal coaching staffs, and they've also got phenomenal athletes. I mean, when you play guys that have Division I athletes, you can just tell the difference with speed and size and strength and things like that. So those guys are going to be tough. I could see it. The state champion coming from our region. I could see the state. Somebody in our region playing for the state championship. Then you play teams like East Lawrence and Jefferson County that are phenomenally athletic. They just so you got to play speed and size and good coaching. Every time you play in our region, and it's just the way it is in this area. When you play outside of your region, you got to play really good teams too. So I think it prepares us for the playoffs, and it's a lot of fun every Friday night. You get your money's worth for sure.
Yep, and then you were talking about Josh Stanley, sophomore running back. He's having a great season, about 100 yards per game. But who at the receiver position has impressed you? Just the route running, the blocking on the outside, just being able to give you guys that balance offensively.
Yeah, we got several guys that have done a really good job. Marcus Newsom is one of our returners that's been really good. Marquez Brown, who's a really good player for us. Zario Johnson plays tight end for us, and he can play out wide or he can play in the box. It doesn't matter to him. And so, we've those guys have made a lot of plays for us. And Tyreek Mack is another kid that comes over and plays from defense and has made a lot of good plays for us this year too. So it's kind of one of those things where we've got one kid on our team with an offer. It's not a team with a superstar. It's not a team with a big time Division I recruit. It's a lot of guys that like to make plays and they care a whole lot about each other, and that's what is so much fun to coach.
Yeah, and I think so. You mentioned they only have like the one offer, but you have a lot of 2-sport, 3-sport guys that they're teammates, not just on the football field. They're teammates in the spring in various other sports. So how do you think that's kind of bonded the team, just being multi-sport guys together and just really going out there and representing the school?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Our guys, there's not a whole lot here. For some people, for me, there's a lot of things to do. I love living here. So they spend a lot of time hanging out on the weekends. So
Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah, you got me?
Yep, sorry, I broke up a little bit. But, yeah, I think that's got to be what's special. You don't necessarily have a bunch of guys that are focused on playing at the next level. You have a young team that's having a lot of success. And, now that you guys have that top seed, what are just the expectations from this group this season? And what do you see that they want to go out there and accomplish?
Yeah, we just talk about every day, find a way to get better every single day. And those guys have done that, and I want us to continue to play our best football at the next week, and so I think we're really focused on one game at a time and one day at a time and seeing how much better we can get each week. And I think if we do that, then there's a lot of goals we can accomplish. There's a lot of good football teams in our division. And so we're going to focus on Claxton this week, and we'll see how that goes, and then we'll try to get better each day leading up to the next week if God allows us to play another week.
Yep, and that will be you guys will be matching up with Claxton out of Region 3 in the first round. Well, Coach Lassiter, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on the region title, and best of luck in the playoffs.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Yep, you bet. All right, so there goes Coach Lassiter and Bleckley County losing your senior running back, your senior quarterback last year, returning just 3 guys on the entire defense, and then having a group come together, get better every week. They've won, looks like 6 straight at this point, have a chance to have 3 double-digit win seasons in a row. They've made the quarterfinals 2 of the last 3 seasons, so they've got a lot going on right there. A very exciting team, and it looks like they've jumped all the way up to number 5 in the latest Class A Division I rankings. So that'll be exciting to watch them. But let's go ahead and take one more quick break, and we'll finish on the other side.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. Yes, you can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
All right, welcome back. So in addition to football tonight, we will have day 1 of the volleyball state championships covered and updated. You can check that out at scoreatl.com. It's going to be Class A, Whitfield Academy against Mount Pisgah, Class 2A, Mount Perrin against Landmark Christian, and then Class 3A, Sandy Creek against Oconee County, and then 4 more matches on Saturday. All right, so in Class 5A, Region 1, it's going to be a very intriguing region championship tonight. Coffee against Ware County for the number 1. Loser will get the number 2 seed, and then you have Jenkins, Bradwell Institute, and Statesboro vying for those final 2 spots. Bradwell Institute will play Greenbrier, who's at 0-4 at this point, and then you're going to have Statesboro against Jenkins. Statesboro is at 1-3, Jenkins at 2-2, so they'll need that to force a potential tie with Bradwell. Region 2, we already mentioned, is filled out after last night. Warner Robins, Jones County, Dutchtown, Ola. Same with Region 3. Harris County number 1, Northgate 2, Northside Columbus 3, and McIntosh 4. In Region 4, Decatur is the number 3, Chambly is the number 4, and then tonight Arabia Mountain against Tucker for the 1. Loser will get the 2. In Region 5, Creekside number 1, Mays number 2, and then the other teams that have a chance to get into the playoffs, Chapel Hill, they have a 1-game lead on everyone at 4-2. You got Villa Rica, Banneker, Maynard Jackson, and Lithia Springs. 5 teams are still mathematically in it for those final 2 spots. You're going to have Lithia Springs against Mays, Tri-Cities against Maynard Jackson, and Villa Rica against Chapel Hill. All right, in Region 6, Kell's the number 1. GAC can clinch the number 2 tonight against Centennial, and then Cambridge is going to play North Springs. Cambridge has the advantage over Centennial because they beat them in the regular season. Both are 3-2. So if Cambridge beats North Springs, they will get the number 3 behind GAC. All right, Region 7, that one wrapped up last week. Cartersville 1, Hiram 2, Dalton 3, Cass 4. In Region 8, Loganville is the number 3, Jefferson's 1, Eastside is 2, and then it's going to come down to Flowery Branch and Heritage Conyers. All right, in Class 4A, a big region title in Region 1 tonight, Cairo against Bainbridge. I think what's interesting about this matchup, Neither team has lost within Class 4A this year. Bainbridge is one of the other Class 4A teams joining Benedictine that defeated Ware County this season, so they have some big wins. And then both teams lost to Thomas County Central, who's undefeated. And other than that, I mean, they've been outstanding. I'm trying to think. Bainbridge had one other loss, but it was to an outstanding team. I think it was Coffee. Yep. So Bainbridge, their only two losses, Coffee, 23-14, and then Thomas County Central. Cairo's only lost, Thomas County Central. So this is going to be a very even matchup. They're both red hot and undefeated within Class 4A. So it's going to be number 3 Bainbridge against number 8 Cairo. All right, in Region 2, Spalding's number 1, Perry's number 2. Battling for those final 2 spots, you're going to have Westside, Macon, Baldwin, Howard, and Griffin. The games tonight, it's going to be Griffin against Baldwin, Howard against Westside Macon, and then Perry against West Lawrence. In Region 3, this one's going to be an interesting battle for sure, but there's only one game to watch. So you have Benedictine at 1, and then all tied at 3 and 2 are New Hampstead, Wayne County, and Burke County. Burke is going to play Southeast Bullock, and that's the only matchup right there. And New Hampstead beat Burke County last week, so they have the edge over them. But I'm trying to think. Let me just pull that up real quick. I think when I looked at it yesterday, Wayne County had the advantage. But follow us tonight. We don't have enough time. All right, Region 4. Troop, LaGrange, and Stars Mill are all at 5 and 1 heading into this weekend. Troop and LaGrange are going to play each other. So that is going to put one of those teams at 5 and 2. Stars Mill is going to play Whitewater. If they win, they're going to get the number 1 seed, I believe, because their only loss was to Trinity Christian. But lots going on. And then Trinity Christian, despite being 4 and 2, they're going to play Fayette County, a game they need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. But I have all my scenarios written down somewhere else, but that's just one of the more crowded regions. But Stars Mill does control its destiny. All right, Stockbridge in Region 5 is number 1. You got Luella 2, Lovett 3, and Pace 4. All those teams do play tonight, but it's already determined. Region 6, the big matchup after Hapeville fell to Holy Innocents is going to be Westminster against Miller Grove. Westminster is the only team that has a advantage over Holy Innocents, so they need to win this to stay above them in the poll. Stevenson defeated Westminster, so as long as they win tonight, they'll be okay. All right. In Region 7, Central Carroll is going to play Heritage Catoosa tonight. They can wrap up the number 1 with the win. And then the other big matchup is going to be Northwest Whitfield against Cedartown. Cedartown's 3 and 1. Northwest Whitfield is 2 and 2. Their only losses were to Central and Heritage. And then in Region 8, big matchup tonight, East Hall against East Forsyth. North Hall against East Forsyth. All right, in Class 3A, Region 1, Carver, Columbus is 1, Crisp County 2, Thomasville 3, Monroe 4. Region 2, Mary Persons is number 1, Upson Lee's number 2. An easy scenario here. Peach County and Jackson are going to play. The winner gets the 3, the loser gets the 4. In Region 3, Calvary Days 1, Savannah Christian is number 2. I know Savannah Christian beat Liberty County last night. However, there's still a lot of teams with Long County, Savannah Country Day, and Johnson all at 3 and 3. In Region 4, Morgan County and Harlem are going to play for the region title tonight. Loser will get the number 2. And then you're going to have Cross Creek against Hephzibah. And then Richmond Academy is going to play Salem. Richmond Academy beat Cross Creek but lost to Hephzibah. All right, Region 5, Cedar Grove 1, Sandy Creek 2, Douglas 3, Carver Atlanta 4. In Region 6, Adairsville 1, Bremen 2, and then you're going to have Gordon Lee and Coala Creek tied at 4-4. Gordon Lee beat Coala Creek recently, and now they're going to play Ringgold tonight. A win would guarantee them the number 3 seed. All right, in Region 7, Gilmer, White County, and Pickens are in a battle for the 2 final seeds behind Lumpkin County and Wesleyan. White County is going to play Gilmer. Gilmer can secure the number 3 seed with a win. White County win would really tie things up. And then Wesleyan's going to play Pickens. So there's a lot of scenarios in that one. And you also have Dawson County on the outside, who I believe beat Pickens. All right, and then Region 8, Stevens County is number 1. And then Hebron Christian, Monroe area, Hart County, and Oconee County are all in the mix. Oconee County won last night against Franklin, so that put them at 3-2. But those other 3 teams are all at 2-2. You're going to have Hebron against Stevens County, so they're playing the region champ, and then Monroe area against Hart County. In Class A, Region 1, Cook is the top seed, Fitzgerald is number 2, and then you're going to have Sumter County, Worth County, and Jeff Davis battling for the final 3 spots. Sumter County is going to play Jeff Davis. They've got a 1-game edge on them. And then Worth County is going to play Cook. So if Cook falls to if Worth County falls to Cook, then Jeff Davis can get the 3 seed with a win over Sumter. All right, in Region 2, Spencer is 1, Rutland is 2, and then looks like Ace Charter is going to play Spencer, and then Southwest Macon is going to play Central. 2 games to watch in that one. Region 3, you have a 3-way tie going into this week. Pierce County, Toombs, and Appling are all at 4-1. Valdelia is at 3-2. The games tonight, you're going to have Vidalia against Toombs, a chance to match them and win the tiebreaker. And then Pierce County is going to play Tatnall, and Appling County, I think, is going to play Baconton Charter. Lots of scenarios in Region 3. Region 4, Putnam against Washington County. The winner gets the 3, loser gets the 4. Thompson's the 1, Laney is the 2. We mentioned Region 5 already. It's Callaway, Columbia, ELCA at 3, then Redan at 4. In Region 6, we're going to actually have to wait until Saturday on that one with the Mount Perrin and Washington Atlanta game. All right, in Region 7, North Murray against Rockmart. The winner gets the 1, the loser gets the 2. Model is the number 3 seed, and then Fannin County and Haralson County will play for the number 4 seed. And then in Region 8, Fellowship Christian is the number 1 seed, but we still will have to wait and see with Union County, Providence, and Athens Academy. All right, Class A Division 1. Brooks County is going to play, Pelham tonight with a chance to clinch the region title. Pelham's at 1-1, Irwin's at 1-1, and Irwin beat Pelham. So a Brooks County win will put Brooks at 1, Irwin at 2, regardless of the result of their game against Bacon County. In Region 2, Bleckley County, our last guest, obviously secured that number 1 seed. But the big game to watch is Swainsboro against Dublin for the number 2 seed. Loser will get the 3. And then East Lawrence against Jefferson County for the number 4. In Region 3, Bryan County is number 1. And then Screven County is going to play Metter. The winner gets 2. The loser gets 3. And then Claxton is already the 4 seed. In Region 4, this is Class A Division 1, Lamar County versus Heard County. The winner gets the 1, loser gets the 2. And then Temple versus Crawford, winner 3, loser 4. Big region championship game tonight. In Region 5, Prince Avenue Christian against Social Circle, winner 1, loser 2. And then Jasper County versus Oglethorpe County, winner 3, loser 4. In Region 6, Whitfield Academy leads the region field at 2-0. You got Mount Vernon, Mount Pisgah, and St. Francis all at 1-1. Whitfield's going to play Mount Pisgah, and then St. Francis has Mount Vernon in that one. All right, in Region 7, Tryon leads that region at 5-0, but they are going to play Darlington tonight. Darlington has a chance to win the region with a win. Darlington's only loss came to Pepperell, who is at 3-2, same record as Dade County, and then Armucci's also in the mix. Dade County is going to play Armucci, and then Pepperell has Coosa. So a big region championship game, but also a lot could happen with 3 teams in 2 spots. All right, Region 8 is already settled. Commerce 1, Elbert County 2, Raven County 3, Athens County 4. We got 8 more to go. I think we can do it. All right, Class A Division 2, Region 1. Early County is number 1. You have a 2-way tie for the second spot, Seminole County and Miller County. Those 2 teams are going to square off tonight, so the winner will get the 2. But it could be impacted by Terrell County and Randolph Clay. They're both at 2-3, and they're going to play tonight. Seminole County, their losses were to Early County, who already has the number 1 seed. They also lost to Terrell County. Miller County lost to Early County and Randolph Clay. Terrell County lost to Early County and Miller County, and then Randolph Clay lost to Early County, Miller County, and Seminole County. So they must get a win against Terrell County tonight and then get some help from the other results to force a tie. In Region 2, Clinch County is number 1. Charlton County and Lanier County will play for the number 2. The loser gets the 3. And then Turner County and Atkinson County play for the number 4 seed. The winner will get it. The loser will miss out on the playoffs. In Region 3, Jenkins and Portal will play for the number 1. Loser gets the number 2. And then you have ECI, McIntosh County Academy, and Montgomery County battling for the 3 and 4 seeds. ECI is going to play Montgomery County, and ECI did beat McIntosh County Academy. McIntosh County Academy beat Montgomery County. So it's all going to come down to ECI and Montgomery. All right, Region 4 is already set. Dooley County 1, Telfair County 2, Wilcox County 3, Hawkinsville 4. In Region 5, Johnson County is number 1, and then you have Wilkinson County at 3-1, Glasscock County at 2-2, Hancock Central at 2-2, and then Georgia Military at 1-3. I do believe Georgia Military won last night against Wilkinson. That puts them at 3-2, and then Georgia Military at 2-3. So Hancock lost to Georgia Military, so they're going to be cheering for Johnson County tonight to beat Hancock, and they could get in the playoffs. All right, Region 6, Schley County is 1, Manchester is 2, and then Taylor County is number 4. It's going to come down to the Marion County versus Macon County game tonight. Let's see who gets in that number 3. I think it's going to be Macon County, though, judging by this. But we'll have that updated. In Region 7, that's the smallest region in the state, only 3 teams, Bowden Christian Heritage and Mount Zion Jonesboro. Bowden already beat Christian Heritage, and now they'll play Mount Zion. If Bowden wins, they get the 1. Obviously, that's the defending state champs. And then finally, in Region 8, that one is definitely going to be tough to calculate, but you got Greene County, Aquinas, and Washington Wilkes all at 3-1. You got Lincoln County at 2-2. The games tonight, Greene County against Washington Wilkes. I think that's Towns County against Lincoln County, and then Warren against Aquinas. We'll have all that updated. So I'd say it's about 25% of the seeds are done, but we'll have a clearer picture just one game tomorrow, and you can tune in for our broadcast tonight at Peachtree, the Peachtree Sports Network, Norcorss at North Gwinnett. We'll have halftime coverage. We'll be showing the brackets as soon as they come in, and we'll have post-game coverage. And then Najee is going to be broadcasting the Dunwoody and North Atlanta game. Where can people watch that?
I guess anywhere if you got a smart TV or Roku, just type in, I guess, Neighborhood TV.
Neighborhood TV is the channel, and he has a preview of that up at scoreatl.com. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. North Atlanta's only region loss came to Marist, and I mean they're a tough team that I think can make some noise, but this is obviously one of Dunwoody's most successful seasons. Coach Nash does a great job, and they've just been playing solid and consistent every single week. So we'll see what happens in that one, and that will be the number 2 seed. But both teams are guaranteed to make the playoffs. So we'll see you then. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and good luck tonight to all the teams trying to clinch their regions.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.